Okay.
And then,
This is worse than normal.
Sure you want.
This was 80/20, that was what,
That's only that 30 or 35,000 I think about.
yeah. Okay.
I gotta explain this all again.
Yeah, well,
Two-year project, Havnar is gonna be green pattern in 2025. Okay, yeah. Woman needs a color and we build up that road. And then we'll just go with 10. Alright, that's one of these other roads I got, but they said we need to add a zig on there.
oh my God.
Well, how you doing? How you done? Congratulations on the fucking house.
Well, they can look at it.
It just doesn't, it just doesn't.
Did you get all the bids? Okay, because I know they were gonna drop them off in the Dropbox.
Yeah.
So this one,
Are we ready? All right, let's call the meeting to order and rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, John.
Rod, here, Nicole.
Here.
Dave, here, Karen.
Here.
Deb.
Here. And now we will be going into closed session regarding personnel matters pursuant to Wisconsin State Statutes 1985 1C for the McMillan Fire Department. So, we need you all to leave for a little bit. Getting into open session, and what we discussed is Kevin being able to operate outside of the bylaws for appointments of people that he needs at the fire department, and that's where we're at. So, we need a motion. Anybody?
I'll move that we give Kevin the latitude to operate outside the bylaws till we get this thing squared away.
On hiring personnel.
Pardon me?
On hiring personnel.
Yeah.
I don't think
That's basically,
point blank, just personnel.
yeah.
It needs
Well,
more, it
yeah.
needs to come to us, I think. I think it's fair.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we need a second.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay,
Do we want to move up number 7?
yeah, we might as well. We need a motion.
I move to move number 7, consideration of cost recovery for emergency services provided at Dairyland Balloon Jubilee, up to our next topic to discuss.
So,
Second.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Got all that, John? Okay. The agreement had come to the department, for the fire department, in order, they offered us $15 an hour for the people that we have to have at Balloon Fest. So we have some options. We can pay them $15 an hour and basically let them have the equipment at no charge. Or we can do approximately a $3,000 donation, or we can have them pass the boot. And according to Nancy, the donation that they make is normally $3,000, roughly. When they pass the boot, they usually make a couple thousand. So, it's up
They
to,
make,
huh?
they make a couple thousand
No.
when they pass it.
It would come back to the fire department.
Okay.
So how does the board want to handle this?
Why don't we just ask for an increase in the amount of their donation to cover it all?
Well, I think it will, if you're talking, what? John, do some fast math for me.
Okay.
Let's say we got, what, 5 people?
Figure 8?
Okay, figure 8 people for 7 hours,
Yeah, so that's 1,700 bucks.
okay?
Would be 8 people, 7 days a week, or 7 hours a day, 2 days, so 14 hours times 8 people. I got 112 hours at $15 an hour, so 1,680.
So we're better off with the donation.
3,000, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Why can't they do both? Pass the boot and pay us $15 an hour?
well, maybe they will, you'd have to ask them.
Yeah.
I believe it was also, they were allowed to sell their us tickets there too.
Yes, we can sell tickets. They kind of gave 1 of 3 options.
Yeah,
Okay,
pick one.
and
So,
from the standpoint of time crunch, I wanted to play on the safe side and make sure that people got paid, and they didn't pass the boot and only got $50. And the donation came in at $75. And I'm not busting on them. I'm just saying it's their first year.
Yeah.
If a rainstorm comes through and they can't do nothing, and there's no donations, at least the people
you get,
got paid.
yeah,
Then we can sit down this winter and go through a whole game plan of scenarios, but in the time crunch I got, I want to be safe for the people and not gamble
Yeah.
that they each get $1.
yeah. And they will get paid, but we can use that donation money to pay them. That's the way I think what we should do.
And the problem is it'll be people from different departments.
Okay?
I mean, I don't know how many people
Well, all
we need.
we're
and
gonna
who's-
be paying is our department.
No, no. This is just like Farm Tech.
Oh, okay.
Whoever comes through, so if I grab 3 people from Stratford, 2 from Pittsville, 2 from here, and 2 from Wausau,
Mhm.
them people who come all get paid $15 an hour.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're not talking just about 6 people then?
What it's,
Or
Like I said,
something?
we only need X amount, okay? But I've never done this before. Nobody in this area's done it before. What is X amount? Do we get there with 8 people, and all of a sudden there's 5,000 people, and it's 100 degrees? Well, we might need to get some more people.
They said anywhere from 10 to 20,000 will be coming through this.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm trying to treat it as close as I can as when I was in charge at Farm Tech, without going overboard, but I ain't got enough time to organize correctly, so I need to make sure there's money there, so if I am pulling people in from Wausau, they're getting paid. Now, how they get paid, they'll get paid through the department, and then reimbursed, I'm assuming, from Balloon Fest. I ain't got enough time, so I'm trying to make sure people get paid, and then next year, because this is a signed 3-year contract, then next year we got time, boots on the ground to figure out what we actually gotta do. Without the time and the amount of paperwork I'm chasing, I gotta chase the most important piece right now.
Short version, come on.
Well,
$15 an hour
that's
and-
why, would it be better to just up the amount, ask them for more, for the contribution?
We ain't got time, Carolyn. It's already a set thing. I can't go back.
It is set.
Yeah, I can't go back to them and change it and say we need
Well,
$20
then you
an
gotta
hour.
pass the
Well,
vote.
well, I guess that answers that question, but the department, the individuals get $17 an hour when they're on calls.
Then,
The question is if they're working then it needs to be bumped up to cover their deal, because otherwise anybody that says not there, you didn't pick them to be there or whatever happens, and then all of a sudden the tones drop, and now they're gonna get 17 an hour, and the people that were there are only gonna get 15, I don't know.
and for
That's the
our,
only reason I'm bringing it up, so that you know.
no,
This is-
for
this
our
is you.
department and budget wise, if that's what the pay is now, 17,
It is.
then our people can get 17. But I gotta make sure Stratford or whoever else comes in, I gotta make sure they're guaranteed 15, not, hey, when we get the donation, we'll let you know what we got. I gotta have a guarantee. I'm too late in the game. I don't got enough time. I need guarantees.
So you'd rather pay them than take a donation?
I'd rather pay them and take a donation.
Okay.
That's my
And
recommendation.
then what we do is build them, Balloon Fest.
Then we build a balloon fest and
That's the safest way and there's no risk.
there's no risk.
Then you're
But
covered.
I think we should do that, and then if you want, I can ask if we can still do the food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because really, what are we, the worst they'll say is no, right?
Correct. And we can do the raffle tickets and,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, but yeah, the worst they can do is say no, but if they say yes, then we make an extra $500. That $500 is from the McMillan Fire Department.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so we need a motion.
So, we are going to go with the cost recovery of $15 per hour for the people that work at Balloon Fest.
Other than our fire department members. They're getting 70.
Other than our fire department members, they will be getting $17 an hour.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Do you want me to, I don't have the contact for this Balloon
I got
Fest. Do you want me to reach out to her then?
I'll call her.
I will?
Or
Okay.
you can.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, we need to award chip seal bids, so which one? That should be these two.
Thank you.
See See you later.
No, this is, crap fill, sorry. All right, you guys got your papers in front of you?
Which one are we looking at? The crack fill?
Right here.
Oh,
The
the
sheet
blue
I
one.
gave you.
Yeah.
I have a list on there, we'd like to split this project up. You have to decide who we're gonna go with as far as the Sisler aggregate or Boogar aggregate. You've got two different numbers there. John, did I give you one? No. Here you go.
But they're both from Farmer.
Yep, both of those are from Farner. They had given us two different sets of numbers. So for Farner, we're looking at Scheuer Creek, Marsh Road, Marsh Run Lane, Plain Avenue, Roman Road, and North Lincoln.
And this is chip seal.
Yes.
Can I ask why we're breaking this up? I wasn't there when you guys did this, so I'm looking for just a little clarification, because normally
So-
places bid on this stuff, because they move the equipment in, and then they like to do everything, because now they move the equipment in. Now you're gonna have two companies moving equipment in
Mhm.
to do like half the
Basically,
job.
so that we can get this done in a timely manner and get it all done this summer.
Okay, so both companies don't have the access to enough workers or enough whatever to get this done? Is there a reason?
No, not to my knowledge. We just thought also, Dave and I had discussed this, give them both a piece of pie.
And Farner had the project, and those was Marsh Road. And so we thought that they should have Marsh Road, Marsh Run, and Plain, because that's all in one area.
Yeah,
Roman Road is pretty much in one area, and North Lincoln is.
yep, like a Scheuer Creek right on top of it.
Correct. Yeah, well, that's,
And then we figured for North Galvin, you got Weeping Willow, Quincy, and Deary,
right.
all in one area, and Elm Tree. So,
Yep.
that's why. Split it up.
They're actually moving, working in two areas,
Mm-hmm,
Two different areas.
yeah.
two different areas, actually.
They would not be responsible for the culverts that are called out,
No,
right?
no,
That's,
they're not. But we need two culverts on Roman and one on Elm Tree. And we did have, Kurt, we had Junior check the other culverts, and he's good, yeah. I'm saying
and,
Kurt.
and the other one was Lumen.
Right, Lumen, that's down further, that's a 2-year project.
Yep.
Right now, we're trying to get these bids
Yep,
squared
yep,
away.
yep.
So the roads that need the culverts, they're not going to do those roads until we put the new culvert in, correct?
Correct.
Or-
Yeah,
okay.
we gotta get culverts in first.
Yeah, that's ahead of
I just
time.
wanted to make sure.
Oh, we ain't putting
I'm-
blacktop down or chips, stop in a hole.
Well, I wanted to make sure.
Why don't you make the motion, Dave?
I'll make the motion that we award Farmer the following roads. Short Creek, Marsh Road, Marsh Run Lane, Plain Avenue, Roman Road, and North Lincoln.
But are we doing Sisler or Boogar aggregate? I don't know the difference between the two, so I need somebody to educate me on that.
Can we got the guys here, can you guys explain your aggregate?
Paul, you wanna say what you wanna say?
Well, I have some samples here that I can pass out quick of my rock.
So why is Sisler more?
Pardon?
Why is Sisler more?
It's a long ways away. That's over by Milk Homes and me. Our pit is over by the Monster campground. Stuff from Sisler is basically just a great fractured aggregate too.
Oh,
That's so wonderful.
What
If you
I didn't hear you say.
It's just a gray fractured aggregate. It's gray in color.
Okay.
if you lived on a road that had chip seal, which one would you do?
I like the Sisler fractured aggregate personally.
What'd you use on Marsh last year?
Sisler.
That was Sisler?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my question was gonna be. There, if it's silver,
The town of
Sisler
McMillan
is the company.
has chip seal roads with my aggregate on, what is it, Camelwood and
Edgewood, some of those, yeah.
yeah,
This
okay.
is Haas.
Yeah, that's the only one I had given a price on was
So you're me,
I made a motion for Farmer.
Yeah,
for those from
yeah, which aggregate?
who are aggregate.
Okay,
Oh, Bluegar aggregate, that's what you wanna do?
Well, there's a difference in price.
I know, but I wasn't sure because they use it on Marsh, Sisler and Marsh, that's why I didn't know.
doesn't matter, it's stone.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Besides that, it'll mix in.
The other question I got
It'll mix
was,
in, so.
with Marsh, before we do that, with the guys, because they aren't here to understand for Marsh, that is not a complete pulverization even of the new stuff, of the old stuff, because the old is not that bad. It's just a matter of needing some wedging and to use it, because the more of the older, as far as I've been told, the more of the old that we can leave as a base, the better off we're gonna be, if it's good. Now, Dave's Road down there on Elm Tree, nothing there is worth.
That Dave's Road.
Well, I said down by Dave. Elm Tree, I believe I said Elm Tree and down by Dave. As in,
Not Dave's Road.
did not say that, I know what you mean.
I use it.
The ones
there's
that I
other-
listed.
But that one's all blocked up and.
Yep, but the one, okay, Sawyer Creek, they're not gonna pulverize. I talked to farmers. These were the ones that they recommended that should be pulverized. Okay, that's the ones I have listed on here.
Sawyer Creek isn't gonna be pulverized?
No, they'll just bust that one up.
We'll just bust that one up with the grader. That one's so broken up already,
Yeah, it's
it'll
bad,
just fall
yeah.
apart.
Okay.
Yeah,
And Roman Road the same.
no,
Rowan-
we got blacktop.
No,
on there.
Rowan's got blacktop actually on that one.
Yeah.
That one's pretty solid throughout.
The blacktop, I thought we were gonna leave too, yeah.
They're gonna pulverize that.
The blacktop?
Yep,
Why?
go over the top of that with chip seal,
Why?
because that's what they recommended. I'm going with
Do
the
you
guys that
guys,
do
well,
roads.
the thing is that was, I mean, for you guys understanding of that was chip sealed. And with the farm there, and I know that they've switched sides of the road, but with their tractors going up there, they ripped it up. With the tractors pulling the hay wagons and the
Right.
silage wagons up. That's why that was put in blacktop, and I didn't think that the blacktop was in that bad of shape. I thought that we could leave the blacktop and just go over the top with a layer to make it so that it all looked nice.
Isn't there a lot of rocking and rolling?
Yeah,
Too much,
There is.
alright.
there is.
Okay,
I mean, you can't go much over 40, plus the culverts that are there.
Do you have a second on Dave's motion?
No.
I'll second it.
no, I second it.
Oh, everybody
Pick
said
one.
no?
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Alright.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, under Scott Construction, we have Deary Road, Quincy Lane, Weeping Willow, North Galvin, and Elm Tree. And Elm Tree will need a culvert.
So I move to grant Scott Construction those following roads that Debbie listed. And there's only one aggregate, which, is that
It is what
Sisler?
it is.
It's Athens, it's
Oh, it's
a
Athens?
little bit darker than the Sisler rock, but it's a 3/8
Okay,
fractured washing. So
okay, so Athens.
And there's pulverizing on which ones?
pulverizing would be on Deary Road, Quincy Lane, and Elm Tree. I believe Weeping Willow is gravel right now, so that one would
Right.
just be.
Yep,
And North Galvin is the
That's-
overlay.
Yeah, that one, yeah, it's just a double seal on there, at least that's what you guys had, so there's no pulverizing on that.
And I think we looked at the bridge there.
Yep.
Did we get any feedback on the bridge?
on the bridge,
Because-
nothing yet, have we? No,
Whatever's there has gotta come off.
yeah, off the top of it.
So go down to the deck.
I don't
think you wanna do that,
Why?
where you weren't out there patching with me, if you take that off down to the deck, there are holes in that concrete of that deck about that deep.
That's why I asked the question.
Yeah, exactly, yep,
What you
So-
may wanna do there, if anything, is get some cold mix or hot mix in those holes and just chip over the top of it. You don't wanna take that, what's on the top of that deck off. Once you put hot mix over the top of concrete, it's junk.
You
To be
don't-
honest, any work on that bridge is gonna be kinda tough. I would, unless you're planning on completely rehabbing that bridge surface, probably do the minimum. And that would be, well, you can do one or two options. Either we can just pothole patch. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's probably gonna end up kind of rough still. Or what we could do is, I think we'd be like $120 a ton delivered for, we have a paving cold mix material that you guys can blade patch in there. Just, if you got something with a bucket and back drag it in, that might be a better option to get that a little smoother before we would get here. And we can probably do that. That'd be, like I said, $120 a ton delivered, full 22-ton loads. One load would be more than enough to finish that. That would probably be, if you want to get it somewhat smooth, that'd probably be my best option for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're expecting the road to last, how long is this road gonna last for us?
Generally, a chip seal is 7 to 10 years. The
Okay.
road is in pretty rough shape as long as you keep truck traffic off the south end.
Mm-hmm.
You should get pretty close to that.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, that north end, you got a lot of truck traffic on, so you might be looking more like that 5 years.
Okay,
Yeah,
but even if we
okay.
get 5, we want that bridge to be able to hold up to a degree too.
Well, all
Like I said, we can pothole patch, but it is gonna end up, you can only do so much with pothole patching. It's gonna sink in the low spots, and it's not gonna be as smooth as it probably could be.
Kirk, what do you recommend?
Replace the bridge?
Well, we,
Okay, now that's out of the way.
okay.
If you start chipping material off of there, you might find that bridge surface is in a whole lot worse shape, and you might be looking at a complete rehab of that bridge.
Yeah,
So I would kind of agree not to.
I kid you not, when I was patching out to this spring, in the concrete, certain spots on that bridge deck, you're 5 inches into it.
that's why I called the question.
So the statement on here, Debbie, there says base course needed is not included in pricing. Is that for both
yeah,
Scott and
yeah,
Parker?
because we have to supply the base course,
Okay,
all right.
and we
which
don't know what that price is.
It's gonna be approximately, for 4.5 miles, approximately
Yeah.
4 inches thick. And
About 40,000.
for 4.5 miles,
No, heck no, that was a mile and a half. More than that.
the math that I did,
I want that.
We heard it.
I was gonna say sold,
So, yeah.
because I figured a little over 100,000 for sure, and you had said some areas will need a little bit less, some might need a little bit more.
You figured, well,
We
much
take the
per linear
40,000.
foot? Right, 117, right?
No, that was for pulverizing,
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But I figured-
There's an envelope there that talks about that.
How much did you throw at me, Junior?
It's not 40 and it's not 100, so.
Okay. Culvert replacements, that's for that. That's what this is.
So do we need to finish voting on Scott Construction?
We're looking for base course. You asked the question.
Yeah, I know, but that was a separate,
Base course, 4.5 miles. 1936 ton per mile, 4 inches thick, 8,712 ton for the price of $10 per ton. Oh, price came in better than what I thought, Junior.
Yeah, that's what I said, it's not 40. but it's not 100.
$87,120 for 4.5 miles. 87,120. Thank you.
You're welcome. And for the, okay, let's finish this one first.
Okay, see.
And that was going by wherever, I mean, we're not gonna need base course on Delvin, we know this.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
The roads that we need base course on, I had figured approximately 4.5 miles.
Yep.
So, and Junior explained to me, some areas still need less, so we're not, putting the driveways up too high.
Yep.
Okay, or I have a jump at the driveway, so that's best I could do. This is a gift.
Well, the culverts on Galvin, we are gonna blacktop over those, right? Or do some cold patch thing, we're not gonna expect with that heavy traffic on that.
You mean out on the end of one?
Yes, where we're doing the culverts down
Yeah, we'll
there.
have to. Have to put some.
We're not
get some
expecting
blacktop.
that.
Culverts are in, Jim figured about 3 weeks he'd have the
Okay, so they are going.
I just wanna make sure we were doing something here, we weren't expecting 2 layers of chip seal
Right,
with that truck traffic, that will never hold up.
no, oh God, no. But you'll get that taken care of.
So we're
And you-
Okay, now this pricing is for the culvert replacements, correct? And that comes to a total of $26,588.
What was that?
And there's work on Roman, what he's gonna do there, Lehman and Penny Lane,
And Elm Tree.
and Elm Tree and Quincy.
Yes.
We can go on where there's no replacement required, so that's where we're at. Okay, so Scott Construction, we do have a motion for that yet? No.
Yeah,
We do.
Nicole made the motion, I don't
I'll
see
second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Right?
Aye.
Okay. And then to accept the pricing for Paul Bugart for base course and for the culvert and work that needs to be done there.
I'll move that Paul Bugart, be awarded 4.5 miles for base course at 87,120 and culvert replacement for the amount of 26,588.
So we need a second.
I have a clarifying question, I'm kind of confused, so I've got Paul Fugar with the base course from March at 950. Is that not applicable for this situation? If that one was at $10
I was
a
gonna
ton?
say, because he got the bid for
Oh,
that,
yeah. What are you
yeah,
gonna do, Jim?
in this earlier.
I don't know, this is the first time I've encountered this.
If you read that, that includes leveling it.
That includes what?
Leveling it for 50 cents an
Okay.
hour.
Okay, then we're good.
It says supply, deliver, and
It says supply, deliver, and level. So, he's not just gonna dump it.
That's,
and if you don't want it level, we'll take the 50 cents off and go back.
We need it leveled.
we need to look.
You have
So
a
we got a
second?
second on the motion, am I correct, or no?
No.
Need a second on Dave.
I'll second that too.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Okay, so we're done with that at this point, right?
Yep, now we're on to crack filling and dust control, right?
Yep, and we've got. This is from Precision Seal Coating, Jim Weddies.
I did email crack filling proposal
Okay.
to John too.
With the certificates of insurance, and let's see here, $1.50 a pound, basically what it breaks down to.
I'm sorry, who was that?
Precision,
Oh,
$1.50 a pound. And then the next one. How did I do it? Oh, right here.
And did we specify a particular material?
Probably. But I don't think it's gonna matter. Oh, this one says router cracks, 3/4 by 3/4 blow and go crack filling, clean the cracks of debris and moisture. Crack filled with ASTM D6690, D3405 state spec crack sealant.
Okay.
Crack fill new cracks, touch up sunken and failed cracks as necessary, cover cracks with a single ply toilet paper or spray to prevent tracking, and to include all necessary sign and traffic control as needed. Price per pound, bid price, $1.50. And then we have one from Solutions,
Oh, who was that first one from there?
Precision.
Oh, all right, I'm sorry.
I don't have any of that information. do you?
Well, that's because we're just opening the bids.
Right.
Oh, okay, because I don't know what, I don't have any of this.
You're not
written down.
supposed to.
Okay, got it.
Okay, Solutions LLC is interested in crack filling for the town of McMillan. The cost of the crack fill per pound is $1.20, and that is all we got.
Oh. Okay.
They're not listing if they're routing cracks or blowing out or anything.
No,
Now, the last time that we had Solutions do it, do they have a list of how much that they're going to sell us at that price and then it's gonna go up? Because I know when I was chair and we got them, they put a cap on how much product they purchased.
they got nothing. It's $1.20 per pound. This is it.
And that
We
has to be
also
a big
had a
issue.
problem with Solutions,
Yep.
that they filled it too deep.
Yeah.
And we were knocking it off when you guys were plowing
Yeah.
snow.
Especially on a slushy,
Yeah.
wet spring,
Yeah,
winter, spring day.
so, and we also got one just submitted, crack bill bid via email at 6:47 PM from Dan Doyle.
Oh,
John, you wanna read that to us?
Yeah, so we got, route out the cracks, blow out and clean cracks with compressed air and heat lamps. Seal cracks with rubberized asphalt crack sealant. This material exceeds Fed spec ASTM D6690 type 2. Sweep asphalt clean with vacuum sweeper and or air blowers. 3-year warranty on newly routed cracks. Price per pound $2.20.
How many miles are we doing?
Really doesn't matter, because some roads are worse than others.
Well, I was trying to figure out.
It says on the bottom of your sheet, look at it.
Bottom of my sheet, it says,
This one, crack filling.
crack
on the bottom.
filling, yeah.
let's see how many miles, and you're missing zig.
Well,
Yeah, you had it on the bottom. You had it on the bottom, so what are we doing?
Don't you have to do north of Galvin too? Don't you crack fill it before you put chip seal over it?
No.
No,
No?
That
no,
road's too far gone for that.
yeah, we are,
You're wasting your money there.
So is that it?
that's it.
We're not doing McMillan over there either? That was missed the last time around.
Do we need to? That's kind of the question. You added zig on yours, right?
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so do we need to add McMillan too?
I think we should,
Okay.
Okay.
because the road itself is in good shape yet, but there's some cracks in it. so.
Okay.
So what do you guys wanna do?
All right, we got the list of roads. I don't know of any other ones. Do you? That we need to do. We got Stott north of C, Riverside, Galvin south of Elm Tree, which is out here. Elm Tree from E to Stott, and Birch Tree.
Put Man Road on there, please. You've got the hookup joints there.
Where?
The hookup joints on Man,
You'd have one at Lincoln, you'd have one on Man where it meets the city's portion, you'd have them at Deer Run. If you don't seal those, you're gonna get water down in there, and you're gonna have problems. And there may be one or two that pop up before the tractors get here too.
For 1.2, they better not.
You know,
no shit.
yes, exactly.
With the heat and everything we've had, and the cold winter we had, it can happen.
I
Yeah, and
understand that.
have them look at it.
Yeah.
What about Dragonfly? Isn't it Dragonfly that's off of Man there? That's the one Jake
Yeah,
Hill
that's
put in.
Take a look at that one too. Well, they're gonna be looking at the one end of it anyway, because there's a hookup on that one.
Yeah. But I think at least look at it, see if it needs it.
You'll have Montgomery then too.
That's
Montgomery.
chip.
That goes into, man,
Yeah, but
Just have a look at it.
that's chip sealed though, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
Joints on demand, where it, actually, they just check the
Well,
roller.
They can look
That's
at the
what
joints,
you said.
that's
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kurt just said,
Yeah.
or turns on a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the joints on that one. And same with Dragonfly, check that one. Let's see what we need to do. I can't see anybody out there pretending to fill cracks when they're not there.
What goes between the one and the cul-de-sac, or not cul-de-sac, but the U-shaped road in there between Riverside and Galvin.
Riverside and Galvin.
That subdivision by you, isn't it, that goes behind there?
Calvin?
Callaway.
Callaway.
Callaway,
Is that one we need to add that one?
might as well, and you might as well put on, Winterberry and
How about Cayman?
Sunset and.
Cayman? That was just done though, wasn't it?
Cayman was done, and it's chip
Yeah.
sealed over the top.
That's got
There's
chip
nothing
seal on
showing
it, so no.
Yeah.
So Callaway and which one, Montgomery, did you say? No, not Montgomery.
Winterberry?
Sunset, right across the road from you up there. All those.
Are you talking Felton?
Felton.
Felton.
But
That-
that's,
Felton is chip
No,
seal.
not Felton, across E. You've got
Oh,
Sunset and.
Winterberry?
No.
Sunset and
Oh,
what's
Coach
the?
Light. It's Coach Light.
Oh, I can't think of it.
Coach Light.
Sunset, yeah.
Have them look at it.
Okay, who are we gonna,
All right, so we have Precision, we have Solutions, and we have Farmers. So Precision is $1.50 a pound.
Yep.
Solutions, $1.20, so we don't know what they're all doing. And $2.20 from Farmer,
From Farmer?
yes.
and we had Precision do it last year?
No,
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
oh, Precision, yes,
What?
yes, Precision did it last year, I'm sorry.
And Solutions was a year or two or
The
three.
Yeah.
year before,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Solutions was not a good product to go with.
Precision does good work. They do good work.
Did one of them have a 3-year guarantee?
Warranty,
Farner did.
Who?
Farner had a 3-year warranty on new cracks.
Crack, new, well,
The
the crack
ones
building
that
that
they,
they put
the
in
ones
there.
that they route.
Yeah, just be the ones that we cut open with the machine, like 3/4 inch wires, be the only cracks that we guarantee.
Were you the 220?
Yes.
Oh, I was trying to figure out, I'm like, who?
Who the
I
hell
didn't
are
write
you?
this down.
But that's where we're at, so we need a motion,
Right.
and we didn't get anything for,
So do we make motion to accept the,
we haven't, no, not yet, that's what we're working on, I need a motion.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
We need to make a motion to accept Farmer at $2.20 a pound.
You wanna do 220, or you wanna do Precision for $1.50?
Well, how come I missed
I'm
that?
thinking Precision.
I'm thinking
I
Precision.
think
That's a lot.
Precision.
I mean, that's-
I need a motion then.
And,
I'll move that we go with Precision,
Yeah.
filling at 150 per pound.
yeah,
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. All right, we didn't get anything for dust control, so we know that Kafka is the man to call, right?
I'll call them.
Okay,
Thank you, Kurt.
I've talked to them already like 3 times, so.
and then,
It'll be here by July or August.
yeah,
Yeah.
My next question I got was, we were
Their
talking,
tanks are empty right now.
the question that I had was, he has 2 different products. Do we know which product we were gonna go with? Because I know one year we had to go with.
oh, the magnesium chloride or calcium chloride?
Yes.
I suggest, and this is just talking to other townships, to stick with the calcium chloride, that it does a better job.
I suggest that too, but what if all he's got is magnesium chloride? What do you wanna do then?
If
Tell
that's
them to
all he's
order
got,
To get some calcium chloride.
yeah.
That's easier said
Tell
than
him
done.
that.
I'm
Sometimes you
just
can't
kidding,
get
I
it.
know.
I mean, if all he's got is magnesium chloride, do you wanna go with the magnesium chloride?
Sure, if he'd give us a cheaper price, but he came through, I think it was last year or whatever, same price for both.
Yeah,
of
the
them.
same price,
Yeah,
but sometimes you can't get one or the
we'll
other.
get what you can,
Okay.
that's what, but I would go for the calcium chloride, so. Everybody in agreement with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, next item on is, what?
I thought there was maybe gonna be a consideration for chloriding the entire road as opposed to just in front of each house, because I think Kurt's right on, I mean,
Well, according to what Kafka had told me, right now what they do is they basically put double in front of each house for a short distance. And when they grade, then it gets knocked out of there anyway, and down the road. And he told me that you could actually use half the amount, do the whole road, and then it stays and it looks better.
So are we proposing you have?
Yeah,
to
because
go
it doesn't move down the road that far, I can tell you that for sure, because I live on one of those roads. And
You're
it's
gonna
state,
use, oh, you put it,
and it's dusty as hell the entire time. You don't move it down that much.
Yeah,
So you might as well take the double thing and do it once, just put a single shot and cover the whole road.
and
Yeah.
what's in front of the
And they use
residents
that,
right
you know.
now has been applied
Yeah.
for the last how
You know,
many years, it's
yeah.
still there, so if you put the half amount on the rest of it,
Yeah,
you're saving money in the long run.
yeah. So is that what we wanna do?
The whole.
Yeah.
Will we actually use less product for the many miles we have?
You'll use probably a little bit more,
But you'll cover the whole road.
How,
12 feet wide,
how many miles of gravel do we have in our township? I don't,
20,
That's it?
20 something.
It's actually 19 point whatever,
Yeah.
so figure 20.
One load at the recommended rate will go 1 mile. At half the rate, you'll get 2 miles off of one load. A load is 1,000 gallons.
oh,
And we used to do one load.
What do we have budgeted?
Oh, we've done a couple of them since I can remember, for sure, a couple.
Like 15. It's like, usually like, was it 3 loads?
I thought so. I thought Pat last year did 2.
I used to have 1,000.
Thought he did too.
For the city, that makes my own. My mistake, it's 4,500 gallons.
Okay,
Yeah,
and I think we did 2 truckloads last year.
yeah.
didn't we work with Fisher one year too, out of Fenwood?
Fisher hauls for them.
Oh, Fisher Hall's farm, oh, okay,
Yeah.
got it,
Kafka's the only one that's got the product that I
Yeah.
know of.
okay.
And right now he doesn't.
Well,
We don't
Down
know.
the plane around out.
28.
15,000 is what we had budgeted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Mhm.
We might be a tad bit higher than that, but we'll talk.
Yay.
There are some roads we may not have to do because there's 1 car a day on them.
Yeah. So, are we gonna do the whole road?
I think we should.
Okay, so I need a motion, we're gonna do the whole road, with calcium chloride, or magnesium chloride, or whatever the hell we got for a product.
There's-
Can we
well,
move?
It's
Yeah.
technically not the whole road, it's the whole length, it's only a 12-foot wide strip down.
Yes, Kurt.
I move that we use calcium chloride as dust control on a full road length,
Full length.
road, sorry. And if we cannot get calcium chloride, we go with magnesium chloride.
Okay, so we need a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Because we don't do all of our roads either. Because like the one off of Man over there by that one never got any. So we're not doing all, well, I mean, we're not doing all of them
It's a
either.
parking lot.
Right.
Okay, next item, attorney for ordinances. This is what Ramsey Vitar sent me.
So our current attorney is not interested in.
No, we didn't ask him.
Oh, okay.
What we were looking for is somebody who actually was involved in doing Brighton's ordinance.
Oh, okay.
So this was the man.
That looks like.
So all we have is just these 2 pieces?
An hourly rate of $250 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Plus, then you know, mileage, photocopying charges, faxing, long-distance telephone calls, and other actual and reasonable costs such as transcript fees, applicable filing fees, and court costs required by the handling of your litigation issues will be billed. We're not there yet.
But it doesn't mean to stand by and back it up at our dollars. I mean, that's a plus. He could
Yeah.
walk the other way, say, I got the money I needed from it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think what we have to stress with him also, the one that he wrote for Brighton, okay? I believe it was for smaller turbines, and ours are going to be 200 foot taller. And that I'll have to discuss with him
Yeah.
and see.
Do we even know that this is the turbines that we're gonna be getting? Because they're talking 5 years down the road, and I've read on some literature that they've already come up with different blades that are much more efficient than the ones we're looking at.
I have no idea. I have no idea. But all we can go by is what they're telling us at this time.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
I'm just,
And they're talking 650 feet tall. So,
So at the 14th of July, they may enlighten us as to more details, or people
Could very well
have
be.
to ask questions.
yeah, could very well be. I don't know. They haven't changed their story yet for me, so,
Okay.
To be honest, if it's 5 years out, they may not know.
no, very true.
With the solar that went into our town, it changed many times before,
Is that right?
yeah.
Where you live?
Town of Saratoga.
Oh, okay.
We got one solar, they're putting in the second one starting this year.
Okay, ours are gonna be wind turbines.
Yeah, do you have those there?
No, thankfully, we don't want them either. But with any of them, the designs change, they get more efficient. You know, with ours, the biggest change was the footprint. They were originally gonna take on, I think it was 1,800 acres, and that dropped to less than 1,500 acres. You know, and every time we turn around, they said, oh, well, they're more efficient this way. So,
Are you saving any money on your energy?
oh, no, all of that power goes straight on the, it goes down to Dubuque, I think. So no, none of that power actually goes to us. The one thing we do see is an increase in our shared revenue, which is tough.
Oh.
But, cause you get a, I don't even know if right terms, but a dividend back on the
Yeah.
shared revenue. But, yeah, that power probably, your community will not see that power.
Yeah.
Make it sound great when they tell you it'll power 1,200 homes or whatever, but it's not your 1,200 homes.
No.
But somebody else's home.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but we're on the same note though, we're getting our power from someplace else too.
Yeah,
Marshfield gets theirs down from
all right,
Illinois.
we need to make a decision. I think we need to approve this at this point, at least to sit down and talk to them to see what our ordinance will cost us.
So I move to use municipal law and litigation group out of Waukesha to discuss ordinances for the wind turbines. This does not include the balloons,
No.
right? Just the wind turbines.
No,
Just the wind turbines.
yeah,
Second.
Well, yeah.
okay, and,
And we just have to make sure that it applies to us with all of-
specifically,
specifically,
yeah,
not to
just
anybody
run
else.
copies.
Yeah, yeah, right, so,
But yeah, I'll get a hold of him probably tomorrow then, and see where the total cost is gonna come in for this, and see where we're at there,
Okay.
all right? Without obligating too much.
so we're gonna approve this,
'Cause-
we're not gonna approve this now?
Well, yeah, we're going
We'll
to
approve this, but then move forward.
If
Okay.
it's too out of line price-wise, because what did he tell you, Carolyn?
He told me that for the initial work on the first one that they did was somewhere between 10 and 15,000. But now that we have the template, it'll be considerably less.
Okay, so we need to find out where considerably is.
Well, $250 an hour, so there you go.
Yeah.
You know, and if he's already got the template, should be, I would hope 5,000 or less, much, so,
And if it's over that, you want me to bring it back to the board?
no.
Just go with it and be done with
Go
it?
with it.
Okay.
I think because
Just let
don't
us
we
know
pay
the-
Lee $250 an hour?
Pardon?
Don't we pay Lee?
No, Lee is, I think, at 2, isn't he?
I think so.
Okay, so, I mean, it's not out of line,
No.
yeah, is what I'm saying.
So where does this, we didn't budget for,
Oh, hell no.
so where would we have to,
Well, we got a little bit in the budget for legal fees,
so we'll
but,
have to visit
Yeah.
that then,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
Okay.
that's all that's under administration anyway, am I correct? So John, we have to take it to vacation
Yeah,
and pay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, John.
I think for you
kidding.
guys, I'm up for renewal at the account, so.
No comment. Call the question.
Okay.
All right, so all in favor, say aye.
I
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay.
move to adjourn.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are good.
improvement.
All in favor, yeah, we did that. Now, do I need to sign this? Yes.
Do we need to sign or just say?
John, can you help me with, I made my thing, but I don't have all, in my calendar, I don't have all the special meetings. So I don't, I
John, you
got
need to
mine
send this
done.
back.
Well,
Sorry.
you know, all these.
I just want to make sure I got
Those
this
are the ones I
right.
don't have.
So Jerry Road, Quincy
Here we
Lane.
go. Right here.
I'll be waiting for him.
Got Scott. On Elm Tree,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just for everybody's information, yeah,
Plane down the sea.
Fire wants to start July 7th. Ninth?
it'll be July 9th, is when we're planning.
Did you grade Oak Lane?
Okay,
Were you grading Oak Lane?
did you let
Yep.
Bear know?
Yeah, I thought.
No, but that's just for the pulverizers.
Have you put that
Okay.
device on the side that looks like a,
Not yet, pulling tries out, I'm going to, right now, it's just way
Yes.
too wet.
Marshall's just chip seal.
Shoulders, so
It's
I
just a
just,
chip seal over the
Chip
top.
I just want to, I know
Yeah,
that for a
but
second.
I used to get in there to do all my.
Yeah.
Marshall's.
Because I think I get the one that bit.
So that's where I. And then,
But I mean, we bring our room out.
Yeah, when it starts, like, maybe in August, when it starts drying.
well, because there was, I heard one person that I know,
Kurt.
Yes.
there was an 8-inch drop.
Yep.
And he ended up
Yes.
having
Do
to
you want them
hire
to take care
someone
of
to
that
bring
whole
it
mix
in
for on the
and
bridge?
fix that.
you want us to
See,
bring
that
that
was,
here?
but that was the.
Actually, you have something
Guys
spread.
think that he is our travel lane.